Hi everyone, welcome to a really quick video on how to shoot home video really well. I've got 10 tips for you that's going to help you do that, so listen up. Rule number one is that lighting is everything. So especially with a phone camera, what you're going to need is as much light as possible. So get near a window, open that thing up, think about the time of day and where you're shooting. You need to flood your shot with as much light as possible so that you can go from looking like this to something like this, which is much better. Next rule is to use the best camera in your house. So regardless of who owns that camera, make sure you get the best one and use that for your footage. And then rule number three is to make sure that you clean that lens. This is really important for lenses that are on smartphones. They can get really dusty if they're in your pocket all day. So make sure you clean that lens and you'll get a really good sharp image. Okay, the next two rules are quite interesting, and these are about getting a good angle. So we want to make sure that we're shooting in the best frame possible. So it actually took me a couple of times to get this shot right because I was outside the frame because I had the camera set up wrong. So double check your angle, make sure that you fit well within the frame and that you're at a nice eye level. The other thing is that if you've got a tech guy that's helping you put this video together, you can actually look into getting a multiple camera angle. So I'm actually recording off of a phone here. And that will mean that I can buddy that up with this footage, which will just take the edge off of that whole one-to-one thing, which can be quite intimidating sometimes. Okay, the next rule is to always shoot in landscape. So we don't want those portrait selfie shots. Those are really difficult to fit into anything that's going to look good on YouTube or on other social media channels. You always want to shoot a nice wide angle, which will look really good across multiple devices. So don't shoot in portrait, always shoot landscape. Okay, the last few things, keep your shot as steady as possible. So this means using a tripod wherever you can find one. If you've not got a camera but instead you're using a phone, you can get phone attachments which will screw onto the top of a tripod. I'd really recommend using those. Do whatever you can, whether it's books or a stool, whatever you can do to get the shot at the right angle and keep it steady. And now it's really important that the sound is clear on your video. So what I'm doing is I've got a lapel mic, which is just picking up my voice and taking everything else out, and it's actually going straight into this phone. So I'm going to use the audio from that and replace it with the audio that's built into this camera, which is probably not very good. Probably be quite tinny. We don't want any whispering. That's going to make it really difficult for your audience to hear you. So if you've got a really good video and a great message, but you cannot hear the person, it's completely wasted. So make sure that you speak up. And the final thing to make sure that you do is to test everything. So get multiple shots, have somebody help you, check the audio, check the lighting. Don't be afraid to shoot over and over again until you get it right. So hopefully you found that helpful. Top 10 tips for shooting at home. Let's produce some really great content.